Mm. All right, welcome back, everybody. We're back with the video. I told you guys I was gonna start being a lot more consistent. I'm back now. I just finished watching Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Like literally, I didn't watch it today. I watched it like a couple days ago. But I'm here to talk about it. Like I said, my last video, and I'll continue to say it. I'm just here talking to you the same way I would talk to my cousin, the same way I would talk to my friend, the same way I would talk to anybody if they just asked me, you know, what did I thought about this movie or what, after I seen it. I'm not here coming with a script. I'm just talking off the top of my head. I'm here to give you my takeaways, whatever. There might be spoilers in here, but I'm here just to talk to you about how this movie was. So, given that, coming away from this movie, stepping away from this movie, walking away from it, is it better than Wakanda number one? Is it better than Black Panther one? Is it the same as good? Um, Honestly, I don't really know. I don't know if it's better than number one. I don't know if it's worse than number one. I feel like it's probably on par. But I have to also throw out there that I'm not the biggest fan of number one. Like, I do think that number one is a really good movie. I highly disagree with the fact that it got nominated for Best Picture. I do not think it should have been nominated. I don't think it's anything close to being an Oscar worthy movie. It was a really good movie, but I wasn't crazy about it like that. Given that, I think number two is really good. I think number two is probably right up there with it. I don't know if it's better. If I had to go back and watch one or the other, I probably would watch two, maybe. But that's because of Namor or Namor. That was my favorite character, and I think he's one of my favorite characters coming into this movie. Not even just coming into the movie, but now one of my probably one of my favorite characters in the universe now in the MCU. Like Namor is badass. He's really cool. But going into the plot of the movie. So basically, obviously, we all know what happened with Chadwick Boseman. We all know what happened with Black Panther. So the movie starts off with, I guess we don't even see Black Panther. We don't see him. We don't see anything. So I guess he's sick or something, got a disease or something, and Shuri's trying to cure him. She's trying to, use her AI to try to figure out what's wrong with him, whatever. But he keeps failing. It doesn't work. So it ends up the mom comes down to her lab or whatever, and she's like, "Oh, come to her side." She's like, "No, no, no, I'm trying to figure this out." Until she asks the AI, "Oh, what's my brother's heartbeat?" And then it just cuts to black, and obviously we all know that he's dead. And then the Marvel logo comes up, and it's like no music, it's all quiet, and just a bunch of pictures of Chadwick Boseman and as Black Panther and all that, which is really dope. That's really cool. So the basic gist of this movie is that Wakanda is still the only country that has vibranium, and the rest of the world is trying to get their hands on vibranium. So they're mad, and they want Wakanda and the kings and the queens from there to be like, "Oh, we're gonna share this vibranium with the rest of the world." But that's not gonna happen. So the queen is like, "We're not gonna do that. This is our stuff or whatever." So the French people end up sending armies, the military, to go and try to steal vibranium from the Wakandans, and that obviously does not end well. And then they end up like the Dora Milaje ends up catching the French military, and then they take them to the court or wherever it was that they were having the meeting, and then they basically tell them, they're like, "This is what's gonna happen." They're like, "If you guys try to invade us again, if you guys try to come steal the vibranium again, next time we're not gonna be so kind. Like next time we're not just gonna catch you guys and bring up. We're just gonna, what I'm saying? Like we're just gonna kill you guys, whatever, right?" So that's the gist of that, and so that's basically the whole thing. The whole gist of the story of them like holding on to Wakanda. I mean, holding on to the vibranium because they want to give it up or whatever. That's pretty much it. But then the I don't know if it's the Americans or some government is like sending, because they found another vibranium meteorite in the water, so they're heading to go study it. But this vibranium meteorite belongs to Namor and his people. That's what gave them their power. So Namor is actually like hundreds and hundreds of years old, back to like the 15th century, way back when is when he was born, and his people got infected by the power of the flower that came from the vibranium that was underwater. And this one's blue, it's not purple like the one from Wakanda. So he doesn't like the surface world. He doesn't like people coming in trying to, you know, steal his shit or whatever. So he's down there and he comes up and he tries to talk to the Queen of Wakanda so they can ally, so they can work together, because he knows that people are gonna come looking for the vibranium. He knows that the governments are gonna come send people to try to steal this vibranium and take it from them. So he's like, let's work together so we can protect our stuff, because we need each other or whatever. Obviously, the Queen says no, so he says, all right, if you guys say no, then I'm gonna come basically fuck your shit up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come beat your ass or whatever, right? Um, so he killed the people that were down there trying to study that vibranium rock or whatever. And what ends up happening is, um, so obviously in Wakanda, um, now that the Black Panther's dead, so the mom, she's the queen now, and and man, now that I think about it, there's not too much to this plot. But anyways, so what happens is it's all pretty much this back and forth of them trying to go through this treaty or whatever. So I remember that Okoye ends up taking um Shuri to Brooklyn because they also basically, here we go. So Namor is trying to find out the person who created the machine that can track the vibranium, right? So the person who made the machine is like the little girl. She's like an MIT student. She's like super genius, and I don't even like this girl. So let me just throw that out there right now. But so Shuri and Okoye go to the school to try to get this girl to bring her to Wakanda to protect her from Namor, right? So they get her, and she's like this little Iron Man girl. She created her own suit or whatever, blah, blah. Which I'm not even get off started on a rant about all the Iron Man people that's going on. Like, it's fucking terrible and annoying. But so they go and they get this girl to protect or whatever, and obviously, um, Namor sends his people to go stop them. So there's like this big battle on the bridge, and they end up capturing. Well, technically they don't capture Shuri. She kind of just says, "Oh, take me to go see Namor or whatever." So they go, they take her, and then she talks with Namor. He shows her, I was about to say Atlantis, but it's called Talocan. So he shows her his country of Talocan underwater. It's like this giant ass vibranium entire shit underwater, and it's beautiful. It's amazing. Whatever. She talks to him. She's like, oh, she's like, I can't let you kill that girl or whatever. Blah blah. And Namor's like, if you don't let me kill that girl, I'm gonna go for your country or whatever, right? Because as long as that girl's alive and as long as she's the only one that can create a machine to track vibranium, they're gonna capture to try to go and attack these people or Wakanda or whatever. So they keep saying, oh, we're gonna work together, but I need to kill that girl. And obviously Shuri says, oh no, I'm not gonna let you kill that girl. But then here's the thing, given that Shuri is now in Talocan, the mom, the Queen of Wakanda, now thinks that she got kidnapped. She thinks that she's dead or whatever. She doesn't know, and so she sends, I already forgot her name, the Black Panther's girlfriend. He sends her to go retrieve her. She sneaks into Talocan, and she breaks out Shuri, which she didn't break her out because Shuri was not, a prisoner. But even when she tries to get her, Shuri's like, no, 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 whatever. This is gonna mean war, whatever, blah blah. Takes her, and then taking her, the girl ended up killing like this woman from like one of the Atlanteans, not Atlanteans, but you know what I'm saying. She killed one of Namor's people. Namor sees this one later. Once they're all gone, Namor sees this and he goes and they attack Wakanda. They go and he fucks their shit up, bro. He can fly. He does all this shit. And he rips their shit apart. He goes and he kills the queen. And he says, "Now you know. We're gonna work together." He's basically, since you don't want to fucking agree with me, blah blah. So he killed the queen, and now Shuri's the new queen. Given that Shuri, he killed her mom. Now she's all mad. She wants to go kill Namor. Excuse me. She wants to go kill Namor. So they end up going to the water to do this big fight or all this and that. But obviously, no more. Shuri can't like throw hands with Namor. Like, so and obviously there's no more Black Panther and all this and that. So she's trying to create the new heart-shaped herb so there could be a new Black Panther. She succeeds. She takes it and she's like, it didn't work. It didn't work. She ends up seeing Killmonger, and Killmonger's like, oh, are you just gonna bow down and let this happen, or are you gonna man up? You're gonna do what you gotta do and take care of business. You know what I'm saying? So she says, "I'm not my brother. I'm do what I have to do." So she goes to the other guy, the big guy, the boo 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 boo. I already forgot his name, but he's like, "You're gonna help me kill." She's like, "You're gonna help me kill Namor." By this time, she's already the Black Panther. She got her whole suit. She got all this and that, blah blah whatever. So they agree. They go to fight. They go on this big ass fight or whatever. And then what's her name? Little girl. Oh, little girl, Riri Williams. She has the idea to heat up Namor and to make him dry or whatever because he's from the water. They do that. They turn the ship into like a basically like a microwave, pretty much. And she gets Shuri lures him into the ship, turns that shit on, and he's like heating on him. He's like and all this or whatever, right? They fight. They end up crashing. They're on this battlefield. They fight. And Namor pretty much wins that fight. Like, and she's like, "Oh," he pretty much wins the fight. He's like, "Oh, I need water." And he's running towards the water, and then she gets back up. She gets back up, and she like knocks him down. And all this. She has a spear, like she's gonna kill him. And all I'm thinking is, I'm like, bro, you're not that guy. You're not about that. You know what I'm saying? You're not. That's not you, right? So that happens. She decides not to kill him. She's like, "Oh, I'm not a murderer or whatever, you know." So she's like, "Oh, this is what's gonna happen." She's like, "We're gonna work together, blah blah. You know, we're gonna protect you. You're gonna protect us, and when people come, we're gonna fight together." Basically, they made a truce, and they agreed. They get on the ship. Shuri and Namor are like standing next to each other. They're like flying towards and keep in mind the Wakandans and the Talakanians they're all still fighting. There's like a big ass fight in the water and on the ships and everything, and they like come flying and they're like truth, and then they're like, and Wakanda's like, and Shuri's like Wakanda or whatever, and he's like, and then Talakan, and then Namor screams to them, and they basically say, "Oh, the war's over, stop fighting, blah blah whatever," and then they scream that they made a truce or whatever, and then everybody's like, "Yeah yeah yeah yeah," everybody starts kneeling and everything, and then so I guess they're truced now, but in the end after. Namor says, "I got them right where I want them." You know what I'm saying? Now, when people come for Wakanda and their vibranium, because obviously the government still doesn't know about Talocan. They know about Wakanda, but they don't. Talocan is still like a country that nobody knows about. It's like hidden underwater and everything. So he says when they come for Wakanda and their vibranium, and they will, he said they're gonna need us. And when we go, we're gonna basically saying that he's gonna go. He's gonna take over whatever because they're gonna need his help or whatever. You know, basically saying you know he's gonna do whatever he needs to do for his own selfish reasons or for his people or whatever, right? He plans to take over to get all the vibranium, whatever. That's pretty the entire gist of the story. So, summary. The summary is the whole point of the story is the that Namor wanted to protect his people, and because he wants to protect his vibranium, and given that this little girl created this machine to track down the vibranium, he wanted to kill this girl so that way no one can track down the vibranium in order to go to it, so no one can find his country and try to hurt his people, right? So technically, he has a good reason, you know. And vibranium, and the thing with Wakanda is that the government wants Wakanda to give up the vibranium so they can share it with the rest of the world because metal is not the vibranium is not detected by metal detectors, so it's super powerful and super dangerous. Obviously, we all know that, but that's the gist of it. Like I said, oh, and the end credit scene. If you guys don't want to hear the end credit scene, you can step out now. Before you step out, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. But here we go. The end credit scene, we find out that T'Challa and his girlfriend ended up having a kid whose name is T'Challa Jr., but he had like a fake name. I already forgot what the fake name was. But he's gonna be, I guess, the new Black Panther at some point or whatever, because you know Marvel's doing this whole shit of everybody has to have a kid now because they're doing the Young Avengers. They're moving way too fast with this shit, you know. So we find out he has a kid now, his little boy, and that was pretty much it. But takeaways, the movie was pretty good. I'm not gonna give 1 out of 10. There things there's no point of that, but it was pretty good. Go watch this movie. It's really good. My favorite character was Namor, and it's not pronounced Namor. It's pronounced Namor because it's Namor like no love. You know, like he said that his name. They called him El Niño sin Amor. You know, Namor. So that's his actual name, Namor, not Namor. You know. Sure, he called him Namor, but I guess she doesn't know the background until she told him. But it's Namor, and he was the best character by far in the movie. Like he carried this movie on his back. Like if Namor was not in this movie, if he was not the one main character, you know, the actor was so good. He did such a good job. It was so good. You know, if he wasn't in this movie, it probably wouldn't be as good. Like he carried it on his back. But like I said, let me know what you guys thought about it. Let me know if you didn't like it. Let me know if you agree with me, disagree with me. I thought it was pretty good. Maybe you thought it was not that good. I don't know. Let me know. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you thought. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. And I'm going to be back with the next movie, whatever it is that I review. But we'll be here, alright? Till next time, this has been Sinister. And make sure to tune in to whatever else I got to give you. Alright? I'll see y'all later. Deuce.